Y'all, this is going to be a special episode to all of our, viewers, what's happening, to all of our listeners, today we're going to get to chop it up with our brother D1.
My God, man, thank you for having me, bro.
Oh, come on, bro. You already know, a long time coming. Let's
get
it.
For real.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Ready. So it's funny. Let me just give him some backstory.
Do your thing.
So me and D been chopping it up for probably a couple months now. Just kind of like, bro, we got to build, we got to connect. Okay. And every time I hit him, like, hey, come through. He like, man, I'm in Cincinnati, I'm in LA, I'm flying to Vegas, and boom, boom, boom. And then he like, I'm in the city, I've been moving around a little bit. Right. And so we was gonna connect yesterday. Yep. He was getting some work done at the crib. So he hit me, he was like, yo, I'm gonna pull up, boom, boom, boom. And I said, actually, that's perfect. Because we record a podcast.
Nice.
Even better.
Even
better.
Bro, God be knowing. Yeah, God be knowing.
Lit.
And you actually said that a few weeks ago we was gonna connect. You know what I'm saying? That's why when it happens when you rock with men who like really men of faith, he was just like, hey, bro, when we gonna get together, it's gonna be in the right time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I wasn't even thinking podcast.
Wow.
So when you hit me, it was like, yo, I'm gonna pull up tomorrow. I was like, even better.
Even better, yo.
Yeah.
It's amazing, man, when you feel like you know someone and you haven't even met them yet. That's how I feel with you.
Sure does.
I'm like, yo, I just want to be friends, man. If we do any professional stuff together, that's just lanyard. You heard me? That's icing on the cake. Yeah. So the fact that of all those days we tried to link, the day we finally linked, you were like, bro, not only we gonna link and build as brothers, but we finna actually get that work in. Because this right here, what's about to be talked about, is definitely gonna bless the people watching.
For sure, for sure.
So,
and here's the crazy thing, Mike.
Hyped though.
You feel me? Like I'm feeling that. Yeah. Hey, so look, I wasn't even really sure. I just felt your spirit from, bro, when you first dropped the video, you know what I'm saying, and talking about how you paid your student loan debt off. Yeah. I was like, okay, that's different. So we're going to talk about that. But I don't be having a lot of people come to the crib.
For real?
Can I keep 100 with y'all?
Oh, yeah, bro, yeah. Bro. Hey, man. Bro, hey, bro, watch this. Me neither. So when you extended that invite, I was like, yo, either this dude is just real different from me, because I'm not normally like that. Like, here go the address to the crib. I was like, either he real different from me or he's real similar to me, but he just trusts my spirit the way I trust his.
That's exactly it, bro.
And that's what it is.
But we getting some new windows put in the kitchen, in the master bedroom. Yeah. When the people came in, even to bring in the windows, I was just like,
say no more.
I was just like, man, who's coming up in the crib? I copped the attitude. I was like, oh, they here.
I would have said,
because you just never know what energy people coming with. I don't know, maybe that's weird, but
it ain't weird, bro. We the same, bro.
It's intentional. That's what it is. It's intentional.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. You're a father. You're a husband. You're very protective of your space,
for sure.
And I think that you're protective of your space even when it comes to yourself. But it just takes it up another level when other people depending on you. You know what I'm saying,
bro? Real talk. Man. That's it. When other people depending on me. Saturday morning, I was up in the top loft area and I just turned the gospel music down and I was like, yo, let me just pray over the whole house. And the only time I really pray audibly is like in the morning or at night with the kids, the family. Right. But I felt that it was nobody at the house. You know what I'm saying? And I just like prayed over the whole house and was just like, man, God, man, you cover this place. If anybody comes in here with the wrong spirit, the wrong energy, you know what I'm saying? Either block them, you know what I'm saying? Or may, if they come in here struggling, may they walk through the threshold and feel released. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on that because I'm real protective of the energy.
Yo, who does that?
Oh, man. Me.
That's different.
Yeah. And it was audibly. And I'm always praying, kind of constantly, but that was the first time I was just like, yo, I don't know what made me do it, but I was just like, man, God, because this is our temple. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But there are people that I know have good energy and a good spirit, and I'm like, bet. There are some meetings I'm like, yeah, I'll meet you at the Starbucks.
Yeah, straight up.
Or I'll meet you at the gathering spot.
Can't come here.
Because I'm just not sure yet. You feel me? I've got some people I went to school with that I've known for many, many years, and they haven't come to the crib yet.
Preach.
So, but
preach. Preach.
That's right. But for you, bro, it was different. And it just made sense. So, man, I'm glad you're rocking with us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, to everybody in here right now, thank you to all of y'all. This means a lot.
For sure.
It says a lot.
I think I'm excited about the fact because I didn't know him previously. So for me getting a chance to do this fresh and get to know you for myself, I get a chance to have the viewer's experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like what he said about the energy, I felt the same thing when we first just started chopping it up and just over the conversation we've been having, you just got a genuine spirit about you, bro. Yeah. So I'm just excited to dig in, man, and just connect as brothers on here too. So
and to all the people out there that are watching this too, I think one thing that's gonna add a lot of value to them is to realize sometimes when you become aware of what your superpower is, you realize that it's not a talent. It's your spirit, you know. I realized that my spirit is my superpower, you know. Of course, I could rap, you know. We'll get into that.
Okay.
I could rap with the best of them. I could perform with the best of them. I'm a public speaker. All these great things, but a lot of people do that. But man, my spirit, I realized that's my superpower. So I'm real protective of it. And I feel like this brother to the right of me is the same way, and that's why we probably link the way we do.
Yeah.
You know what
Absolutely.
I mean?
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know, I don't definitely click with a lot of people when I first meet them, but I met G back in 2014, 15,
Wow.
and we like clicked. We was writing a song, like trying to come up with some song together, random, super random.
That's crazy.
That's when the hidden cash was big.
When what?
When you remember hidden cash, where they used to hide the cash, people drive around the city to go try to find the cash.
Oh.
Yeah, they did it. It was
Crystal put me on to that. I didn't know what that was either, but yeah.
Yeah, and we was
You remember
like,
that, Jay?
Well, thanks for calling me
was that
out.
an LA thing?
No.
Neither do I.
Jay was in the background like, I mean.
Was that an LA thing?
Yeah, I think that was the LA because y'all were like putting me on. I was visiting LA at the time, and this hidden cash stuff. I was just as confused as y'all are right now. Like the way y'all looking, like what? I was the same way, but she put me on.
There used to be a guy that just like plant cash and then like text like cryptic messages. This is like scavenger hunt. You go find the cash, but anyway, we was just like sitting talking about some random lyrics to a song that one day could possibly be made, and it was just super chilling. But I don't do that with a lot of people. Like,
and how long
period.
has it been since? Have y'all kept in contact the whole time?
No.
So
That was like
it was so long.
So you didn't even know that she was on the podcast?
No, it was so long that when I'm eating breakfast upstairs just now, I introduced myself to her like, "Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you." She was like, "You don't remember? We've been met." And I was like, "Yo!" And once she connected the dots, that's how long it's been. But people remember the way you made them feel.
Yeah,
that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna say it again. People remember the way you made them feel. So if you made someone feel safe, secure, protected, amazing, they're gonna remember that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I love most about the story you're telling is like we remember that like, yo, that was just genuine, authentic energy.
Exactly. It was like a dream bag. You know, like you have certain people you talk to about certain things. This was like, let's just figure some stuff out. Like, we ain't even got no intentions, no plans, no nothing. Let's just vibe.
So let's just break this down real quick. So I ain't never met my brother right here. This is my first time.
Right.
Jeremy ain't never had you over to the crib. And
we never met before either.
And for real?
This was our first time meeting. We've just been, you know, sent texting.
So Jeremy's first next level moment is extending an invite to his most private and most spiritual place.
But I've been familiar with his work.
But he's already
for
been watching.
years. So I've been a fan for years.
So he's already been watching. Yeah. So he's already been peeping. So he already received your energy into his most private space, right? Then you got me on the other hand, who's already I basically just gave you all of me from the beginning just because of the energy that I felt from you. And that's been genuine. But I never knew that to the left of me, Krista was already had an experience with you prior to that was similar in terms of positivity years before, to the extent that it was genuine in that moment. And it was so genuine, you gave another genuine, real moment that you thought was the first time. And she like, bro, I met you before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that, to me, I just think when we just having a conversation about next level living, just the energy starting the episode, just knowing that the audience, that y'all getting real from us from jump.
Because I ain't gonna lie, if my cousin, this is my cousin, so that's blood. It had because I told her last night, I said, yo, D1 coming through. She was like, okay, that's a good choice. Had she been like, man, cuz, is it like locked in? Because I met him one time in LA and his energy was off. I promise you, bro, on God, I'd be like, yo, D, tomorrow not working, bro.
Right.
That's just me.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you feel me? And she was like, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And I was like, and you the first guest we've had on.
Wow, man.
Besides my wife, she ain't really my guest. She really my boss, my
That's
queen.
your real, right? That's your boss.
Ooh, did you hear? I said my boss, my queen, my boo thing. I'll be rapping
It's a bar. That's
true.
Hey, so the other thing that wait, okay. Okay. We
gotta get into the story.
And the episode has begun.
Right.
Welcome, y'all. It's Next Level Living Podcast.
That's
Moss
it.
Talks. This is how it's going down.
Yeah.
But listen, so he said that his spirit is his superpower. I wanted to ask y'all a question. Somebody told me a few episodes ago what my superpower was, and I started thinking about it. I was just like, dang, I guess that is. Do y'all know y'all superpower?
Well, no, let's talk. What was yours?
Transparency. He said, my ability to be transparent is my superpower. Because a lot of times that's when I feel the most vulnerable, I feel the most weak. It's when I be honest about some stuff that either God is still working with me through or some stuff that I'm still self-conscious about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not my strongest self. It's not my best foot forward. But that's the part of the podcast that I get the most responses on, the things that I have most in common with the people. And so somebody was like, Mike, your transparency, your superpower. And I sat with that thing and I was just like, that's crazy. And that's the reason why the devil tries to put so much guilt on me about it, or tries to make me feel so heavy about it before I'm transparent. It's because he knows that's going to unlock so much stuff with other people dealing with.
Right.
So transparency is my superpower. And that's why when he said his spirit, I was curious to ask y'all, like, do y'all know what y'all superpower is? Because that's a monument.
That's a word. I think my superpower is empathy.
Oh, facts.
Definitely.
Agreed.
Because like you said, the most feedback I get is from people that say, you know what, you really tapped into my emotion. You really like brought that home for me. Yeah. And I was able to like do things differently and walk a little bit differently, knowing that you've been through this and you can give advice for how you've healed from this. Yeah. So that's definitely,
Your empathy.
It's crazy.
It convicts me.
Yeah,
can I just tell myself real quick? Yeah. God's still working on your boy. Y'all know I'm one of the most fun-loving, goofy, down-to-earth people you already meet. But when things don't work out as planned, so when Saeed came to pick you up, that's the driver.
Yes.
And he wasn't there. And I text Cuz like, hey Cuz, where you at? You should be pulling up any minute now. She's like, oh, Saeed locked the keys in the car. I'm hot. I'm talking about her mucho caliente. You hear me? Because I'm like, damn, my cousin, she flew a red eye from LA here. Right. And Saeed always on point. Yeah. If I got a flight at 6 o'clock, he outside 4:30. Yeah. But I was instantly hot because I'm like, man, my cousin, she's like, it's okay, cuz. And I'm like, it's not okay. Right. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Because I'm like, yo, you've been waiting for an hour. Dang. And so I feel so convicted because she's like, cuz, it's okay. Wow. And I felt the spirit saying, Jay, it's okay. But I'm feeling like, but it's not okay. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. And he a great guy.
He's amazing.
He is.
And I was just like, just Uber Black here.
Because,
but then she still waited. And I was like, ooh, you next level.
Well, because here's the thing. I'm not always in a rush, right? And for two, I think about him being a person that is so connected with his family that if you just take Uber Black, he feels like he failed. And it's on a Sunday. So it's like that goes into every single thing else he's got going on for the day. He's like, I locked my keys in the car. I had to spend $120 for the locksmith. Like he's got it's a ripple effect.
I'm a rich.
So
I'm a rich. I'm a rich.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
I want to hear this.
I'm
That's
like,
dope.
so I'm like, look, it's not worth it. He said 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes. Because what am I about to do when I get to the crib? I'm going to sleep.
Facts.
I can sleep for 10 extra minutes. I'm not in a rush to get nowhere. Yeah. And so you was like, call it Uber Black now. Call it Uber Black now. I'm like, all right. So I looked at the Uber Black. It said 10 minutes away. I called Saeed. I was like, Saeed, how much longer? He was like, can you give me 10 minutes? I was like, yes. So I gave him 10 minutes. He was like, okay, I'm 5 minutes away. I was like, cool, because I trust you. If I get in an Uber Black and I don't trust this guy, something happened, then you really gonna be feeling bad.
Hot. I'm talking about hot. Yeah.
So I was like, I'd rather go with somebody that we know and we trust and just give him a little bit of give him a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess the way you were so thoughtful of what he was going through.
Yeah.
I was thoughtful of what you was going through.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, my cousin I hate red eye flights.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm like, she took a red eye from LA to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, and now, you know what I'm saying? You've been waiting for an hour. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so, but anyway,
you know what?
But that's your secret power.
You checking on me because you checking on me gave me that extra push. So I appreciate that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Because had you not checked on me and been like, oh, okay, cool. Like, that's just what's happening. Had you not said order Uber Black, I would have felt like, okay, it don't really matter. But because you said that and I had an option, then it gave me that extra push to just continue to wait.
Right. Yeah. So my superpower, I don't even really know. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably like, I was about to say something silly, but
if you don't really know and you serious, we might just segue this later on, y'all. We might actually talk about your superpower in a different episode.
Yeah, but today it's not. See, here, my superpower is realizing when it's not about me.
But that's why I
it's
said
about D. There I go with another bar. Sorry, let me get
Another
a contract,
bar.
dog.
Another bar.
It ain't about me.
Another
We're
bar.
gonna send the
It's all
paperwork
about
over.
D.
You heard me right.
Okay.
You see, he didn't even catch it. Like, that's what we not gonna do. Like, he's wilding and he thinks he's slick. Like,
Actually,
that's strike number one.
That's
I
you,
would've-
bro. That's you. Nah, that's you, bro.
Yeah, you
Nah.
sick. Yeah, we gonna
That's
pray
you,
for
bro.
Oh, bro, he gonna ride
I
your
know for a
coattail
fact
now.
he
On
was.
God.
Bro,
On God.
Yeah, you wilding over there,
Oh,
boy.
he got you, man.
That's
He
so
got-
far over there,
if-
Crystal. Be careful, yo. That energy over
Oh,
there.
you gotta watch the other episodes. You can
Oh,
see.
for real?
You can tell the energy.
Look. There you go.
That boy crazy.
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
In all seriousness, though, right? It makes sense to have you on the podcast.
For sure.
You wasn't always to teach. I mean, you wasn't always rapping on this level. You just dropped a joint with the game.
Yeah, I did.
Whoa.
Yeah, I used to be an intern for the game.
Really?
So
Oh,
I went
that's
from an
dope.
intern to a collaborator. That's
That's
crazy. That's a full circle
That's
moment.
a full
crazy.
circle moment,
Yeah.
right? So award shows, like traveling the world. Every time I hit him, he like in a different city. He was at this major teacher conference, and I'm heavy
Oh,
in the school
true,
speaking space.
True.
And my team was there with a vendor booth.
Yep.
And you was the keynote speaker.
I was the keynote speaker.
wow.
So
over
you're
there.
doing a lot rapping, but it didn't always start there.
No, sir.
Come, let's talk about it, bro. Because years ago,
Yeah.
I don't want to say just, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to disrespect you, but for the sake of the story, you was just a middle school teacher.
Yeah, that's all. I was just Mr. Augustine.
Come on,
You know,
bruh.
Mr. Augustine.
Your last name Augustine?
Yes, sir.
You know August?
Alcina?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, real well.
Oh, that's not the same last name.
No.
August. Oh, his last name ain't
See.
Augustine.
See.
We call him AI.
All right. All right.
My bad. My bad.
That's hilarious.
I be random.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not my superpower.
But nah, shout out to Og, though. I know him.
Oh, that's
definitely.
dope,
Yeah,
bro.
New Orleans is real small.
That's
so
crazy.
I was just a middle school math teacher named Mr. Augustine, who had just graduated from LSU. I was a business major, and 2 months before graduation, I realized I was like, man, what it was is right before graduation, man, somebody held a gun to my head and tried to rob me and my boy back in college. And, you know, I had one of those life flash before your eyes moments. You heard me? And that being said, I was like, man, I look at life totally different now because I could legit not be here tomorrow. I feel like I came face to face with death. Luckily, and it's a whole nother podcast episode of how I made it out and what I had to do, what God did. But 2 months before graduation, I go from being a business major to saying, I got to do something that's going to be purpose driven in whatever my career is, not just working for some random Fortune 500 company that I'm marketing some product that I don't even care about.
Right.
And I was like, man, I got to make impact from day one. Impact over income. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like the impact will lead to the income that I'm meant to have.
Absolutely.
And that's the headspace I was in. So I took a drastic, left turn and went from being a business major. I continued that. I finished that degree, but I got what's called alternative certification. There's such a shortage of teachers, especially in Louisiana, where I'm from, that they were like, man, you a black man that wants to teach?
Oh, man.
Like, we gonna make it, we're gonna make a path for you. So you just gotta take these additional classes.
Dope.
So I did that and I instantly became a teacher. So that's what I was, man. And I was proud of my job. I rapped on the side. I wasn't telling my students that I rapped on the side. I didn't want to be looked at as a gimmick.
Right,
This ain't really a teacher. This the dude who he a rapper
right.
and he just teaching just to make some money. Now I took that profession real serious. And I was great at what I did. I love that light bulb when it goes off and you see a student who didn't understand something at first, but then upon them coming into your class, being under your guidance, it's like it clicks for them. And they're like, oh, I get it now. I understand long division. I understand multiplying fractions. I understand this stuff. And that was great, man. So
I might still need some tutoring.
What you say?
It's been a while.
Oh,
I may need
my
some.
you might need a
You
less
said
on.
long dividing something.
Yeah,
I just
man.
thought it was just regular size. I didn't even know they had limbs.
Yeah, bro, they got lengths. You heard me?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I got. Are you
You
smarter
learned
than a
something
fifth
new.
grader, Mike
Yeah.
Moss? This is the crazy.
And that's why I keep him around me. He's always got those light bulbs going off the more he hangs out with me. So
The
here
way
go my
that the
thing.
way the light hitting on the back of your head right now remind me of a light bulb too.
Oh my gosh.
That's that.
Okay.
Oh, we got a laugh in the back.
There you go.
Kinda.
There you go.
Ebony and
Everybody
Nicole over there
calm down.
laughing. That's messed up. No. I'm glad to be here for your amusement, Ed. It's that Shekinah.
Oh my
That's my
goodness.
superpower.
Oh,
Y'all.
swag with it.
Here we go.
Right. So question. So watch this.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd be here?
Did I ever think I would be here when I was a teacher? No, I didn't. But the day that I made my mind up,
Come on.
the day that I made my mind up that I was no longer going to be a teacher, and I understood why, not because I was tired of teaching or because I was lazy, but it's because I saw how God could use me outside the classroom to actually educate more people than I could inside the classroom.
Okay.
And once I had that vision, it was like, now how will I do it? What's going to be my vehicle? And that's when I was like, yo, hip hop. I've been rapping since college, and I can understand how hip hop can be a tool for edutainment. You know what I mean? Educate and entertain people at the same time. And once I devised the path and the strategy for that, I instantly knew. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna win, because once again, my superpower, my spirit in addition to my skill set is gonna allow me, man, like I come from a family of blue collar hard workers. You know, my daddy is a welder. My grandpa was a plasterer his whole career. Like everybody, my mother is a social worker, like just good-hearted, hard-working people. So I was like, if I apply that same hustle to this entertainment industry, but I don't compromise my spirit, I'm like, man, ain't no way I'm not gonna win. So yes, I did know that I was gonna be here, but I had to do something important, bro. Jay, I had to, and it's the title of my new single I just dropped.
Okay.
It's called Taking a Chance on Me. I had to take a chance on myself. And it's so hard to take a chance on yourself when you have a bunch of logical thinkers around you.
Ooh.
You feel me?
Okay. All right. Now the podcast about to start. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
That's different.
Yeah, bro. And
Go ahead.
And I got people. I got my man. I mean, he won't get mad if I shout him out. We call him the hip hop doc. So back in Louisiana, he's a really well known doctor. He's a certified physician, really successful. I remember calling him like, Doc, man, I think I'm gonna quit teaching, but here's my vision. And I mapped it out for him in terms of, I'm gonna be D1. I'm gonna be the hip hop artist who used to be a teacher. And I'm gonna take all these skills, and I got the same bars Lil Wayne got, or this person or that person got, but I'm gonna use it for something real righteous and relevant instead of ratchet, raunchy, and ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, off the top.
I'm giving him my whole vision. And he was like, D, man, you got a stable job, man. You making a lot of people proud as a teacher, bro. You got a salary. You got health care. I don't think you should quit, man. Silence on the phone. I'm sitting here like, huh? Wait, and he ain't no hater. He ain't nobody that doesn't want to see me win.
Yeah.
He love you.
He love me. This dude really love me, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, dog, like what? All right, hey, Doc, I'm gonna call you back. You know what I mean?
Respectfully, let me hit you right back.
Respectfully, let me hit you back. Here go me in my 1998 Honda Accord. Got to talk to God. I'm sitting in the
Now, what year was this?
This is like 2010. Yeah, so this like a little more than a decade ago. Sitting in the parking lot in Baker, Louisiana, right? Walmart parking lot. Just got off the phone with Doc. And I'm sitting here like, I was on my way to the school to go and tell the principal that I wasn't gonna come back that fall. So I was that close to doing it. And I got one of my Ace Boone Coons, my big bro, telling me, nah, man, I don't think you should do that, right? So I called somebody else. I called one of my other mentors, right? I'm like, hey, I run the play down to him. You know, this is somebody, he's a professor, like really well-known professor. And I tell him, and he's like, David, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. You know, like, I mean, you don't think you could just do both? And the doing both part, I had done already, right? So I taught for 2 years. The first year, straight teacher. You know, I wasn't even worried about rapping. The second year, I'm a full-time teacher, but I start to get a buzz in the music industry just locally. So I was like, oh, you know, just like with anything.
Imagine if I give it my full focus.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Just like with anything, I'm like, dang, I'm making these moves, doing it part-time. Imagine if I didn't have to give a math test in the morning. You know, imagine if I could go to Atlanta to link with this brother or link with T.I.'s manager, Jason Jeter, or go fly to L.A. and go to this conference, and or they want to book me to perform, and they're going to give me more for performing for 30 minutes than I make in 2 weeks as a teacher.
Come on.
But I don't have no more vacation days left. So I can't do it. You know, these are the things I'm going through. I done used all 10 of my vacation days. So now I'm just like, man. So logically, some people close to me were saying, I don't know, man. Try to balance both of them a little longer, And I had to take a chance on me. I really did. I had to take a chance on me. Shout out to Miss Minnie. Miss Minnie was a janitor at the school that I taught at.
Shout out to Miss Minnie.
Miss Minnie. How you doing?
Such a beautiful spirit. Miss Minnie was an old janitor, and she's still alive to this day.
Praise God.
And Miss Minnie, from the day I came in that school, she said, "Oh, God got a big plan for your life.
Come on,
oh,
Miss
God got
Minnie.
a big plan for your life." Even the way I got the job, Miss Minnie, the custodian, helped me get the job, because just my path has always been just so unorthodox, but purpose driven, you know, and everything is like a testimony. So for me to walk in that school, and now I'm second guessing myself. I'm walking into school and I'm thinking, maybe I'm about to just go walk to the principal's office and tell him, hey, or tell her, I'm sorry, we had a female principal. Maybe I'm about to tell her that I will be coming back in the fall, because two of my biggest mentors just told me that I should keep my job, right? So when I walk in there, luckily, before I got to that principal's office, I ran into Miss Minnie.
Come on, talk about it.
In the Bible, they call that a ram in a thicket. You feel me?
On, man.
That's your last go-to right there. You know what I'm saying?
I saw Miss Minnie. She put that battery in my back.
She
was like, "What you been doing this summer, handsome? What you got planned? I know that music you're making. I know it's gonna blow up one day. I know it's gonna blow up. I know you've been working hard." Man, I got goosebumps just talking about it right now, bro.
I can feel it.
Yeah, and for her to hit me in that moment, that's exactly what I needed to make me follow through with what I intended on doing, which was saying, hey, I'm going to take a chance on me. I'm going to take a chance on me. I'm still a very young man, you know what I mean? My college degree isn't going anywhere. That's going to be there, you know what I mean? Nobody can ever take that from me. But this window of opportunity to make a dent in the rap game and to actually carve a lane coming from New Orleans, Louisiana, where you never had anyone who was a conscious artist or a brother that's putting his faith at the forefront of what he does, or just a brother who's proud of the fact that he went to college. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we never had that be successful in the rap game, and I felt like, man, like God is going to use me to be that bridge builder, so that other young men and women don't feel like they have to fit into this narrow box of what it means to be a black man, because we're not monolithic, you know what I mean, in terms of our experiences.
So do me a favor, for the listeners who's not following you, right, and who are not familiar, I want to give you a chance to go ahead and talk about some of your accolades, because I'm gonna tie this back home to from the sacrifice that you made. So from the stages, songs with, tour with, like
you good at what you do, bro. Because watch this. Thank you for that. Because
please,
that's
they
the
need
part,
to know.
Yeah, that's the part that for me, I'm like, I don't do it for the accolades. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I realized that to a lot of people, without the accolades, they're like, yeah, all this sound real good, but what have you done?
Yeah, they don't get it. Yeah,
so it's like, okay, so I mean, God, dog, here go the boring part.
Safe space.
It's the boring part for me, but here it goes. It's like, since y'all need this to feel like I'm, official, I tell y'all.
Yeah, let them
so
know.
let's see. So I just became the first rapper in Louisiana history to ever become an appointee of the governor. In 2020, I was just named to the Louisiana Council for the Success of Black Men and Boys, a personal appointee by the governor of our state.
Come on.
I love that. That's the first thing you talked about.
Yeah.
You ain't shout out no
we're gonna
major
get to all that
artist.
music stuff.
You started with Impact.
Yeah, we're gonna
keep
get to that
going, bro.
music
Now
stuff.
I got a little chill.
Yeah. 2020, I received the NAACP award, the Power of Influence award.
What?
I received the NAACP award before I even got a Grammy. You feel me? So it's like,
wait, before. So there's a Grammy. All right, no, that's cool.
I'm
basically, there's still a Grammy involved. Okay,
I'm saying, yeah, bro, like that, So I'm very proud of that. Also proud of the fact that, me making a song about paying my student loans off, right? This song called Sally Mayback.
Come on.
The record label I was signed to at the time, they said it was corny. They said, man, people not gonna want to hear this, man. That's lame. So once again, they didn't see the vision, but I saw it from day one. Yeah. I took my advance when I signed a record deal with RCA Records. Mm-hmm. I took part of my advance because I got a big check when I signed. And I was like, yo, instead of going buy a Maserati or this fancy car or a bunch of ice or whatever, I said, I'm going to pay all my student loans off. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to make a song about it, because I ain't never heard no rapper talk about something that so many of us college grads can relate to, or just ex-college students can relate to, which is, man, I got to pay these loans off, man.
Right.
So I made financial literacy cool, you know, to a generation coming up that's just like, yo, all we hearing is songs about blowing money fast and hearing songs about, you know, just spend a check and just get another check and whatnot. That means you live paycheck to paycheck. Like, no, that's not cool. Just blow a check and then just hurry up and make another one. I'm like, nah. So this song I made, Sally Maybach, it led to an actual partnership, you know, with Sally Mae.
I'm sorry.
With,
no. It went viral. You got to talk about that.
Oh yeah, I'm on CNN. You know, I'm in USA Today. I'm in Forbes magazine. Everyone is like, D1 makes this song that has just become the anthem of a generation. That's what the Wall Street Journal called my song, Sally Maybach, the anthem of a generation. You know, been on the BET Hip Hop Awards, the Cypher, you know what I mean? Yeah, blessed to be on there. Oh yeah, been touring the country for the past decade at this point, touring with everybody from Grand Hustle. So shout out to my man T.I. and everybody part of Grand Hustle. My man Macklemore, my man Lupe Fiasco, my man Merge, my man PJ Morton, you know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where now I headline my own tours.
Come on.
These are,
That's so dope, bro.
So this is the part of the show where, you know, people start to realize like, oh wait, you could be that successful for that long and still be kind of like underground, so to say. And that's because people affiliate underground with people who are still like haven't sold out yet, right? But my thing is, man, I've had hella mainstream success, hella huge looks, partnerships, like all of this stuff that rappers, you know, glorify so much, and they typically have to sell part of their soul to get that though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you still stayed yourself. You still stay authentic.
Oh yeah,
you still stay true.
Oh yeah, man. And we talk. You know, I have a watch company at this point, wooden watch company, man. Become an investor. You know what I mean? Yeah. So to the point where
can you put?
I gotta put both of them things.
Yeah.
Hey, gotta put both of them things up. Yeah. So this is called R. Burnett Brand. It's me and a young brother from Louisiana, from my state, who literally was like, yo, I make these watches, but I make wooden watches. So our whole generation feels like you got to have a Rollie, you got to have an AP, you know, in order to be somebody when you look at your wrist. But my thing is like, let's make something cool and cost effective.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's make something eye-catching and economical. You know what I mean? Like that's very much what I feel like our people want, is just something. And when I say our people, I'm not just talking about Black people. I'm talking about our people who have a sense of validation that we're seeking, because the world has created like a generation to where everyone is just trying to matter now. You know what I mean? Like please prove to me that I matter. Please like my picture. You know, please leave me a comment. You know, please validate me. You know, so my thing is like, cool, we want to make something that's going to be a conversation piece, but that's also going to be different. And that's also going to make it to where you don't have to go broke behind these joints. You know what I mean? So we've been featured in GQ, man. Oh yeah. Like literally 2 months ago, GQ magazine was like, yeah, we about to feature R. Burnett Brand, you know, luxury wooden watches, because it's innovating and changing the game.
Watch this, Mike. I'm gonna help you out. I'm going to you, Mike. I already know you want to watch, because I want some too.
Definitely.
I got you.
Definitely.
Yeah, I got you.
And not only that, but I peep my dog. And I'm saying, like a lot of, and everybody say I always building up my stuff, but I've done something for the last, like maybe 3 or 4 years, and everybody thought it was unorthodox. Actually, my cousin Stevie actually put me onto it, but the WWJD bracelets. So I was talking about that in the earlier episode when we first started. And I said, when I meet somebody on the plane, I'm a flight attendant, when I meet somebody who has a WWJD bracelet, because you can't really like talk religion, different stuff like that, what I do, my way of just matching that energy is like, yo, I got one too. I want to trade you bracelets. So what I do, I got my red one on, and I heard people talking, I was like, oh, he got a black boy on right there, that WWJD. Now we got to trade out,
we
bro.
got to trade
because
bracelet.
now we change this experience, and you keep that same energy, that same spirit, and you bless somebody else with that. But the more I trade, it's like a silent way of letting somebody else know, bro, I rock with the character and the spirit in you
Come
too.
on, man.
So I can't wait
But
to
you
get
gonna
that
trade
switch
him
on, okay?
bracelet for bracelet for a watch though.
But y'all see, no.
Because Michael Hustler. You feel me?
The watch definitely gotta still happen though.
Right.
But I need to change that red in for that black.
We want to
dog.
support the watch. Where can they find it?
Yeah,
Give us the
please.
website name
sure.
and the IG for that.
All right, so it's rburnettbrand.com. The letter R, Burnett, BURNETT,
Okay.
brand.com.
Let me make sure
Is
I'm
it just
following
men's
right
or is
now.
it unisex or?
Oh, no, we got men's and women's. We got
Okay.
20 different women's watches and we got 22 different men's watches.
Oh, that's
You heard
what's
me? Yeah.
up.
Right.
Oh, no, they,
'Cause I'm like, don't leave
oh, yeah, ain't no
us out.
unisex over here. Ain't no uni.
Don't leave us out.
rburnettbrand.com.
He said, we in
And
there.
then
The number
IG,
R BUR.
Mhm.
Go ahead. What is it on the IG?
So on the IG is R
Mm-hmm.
dot
Mm-hmm.
Burnett, BURNETT, brand. Right there, my brother.
Got it.
Yes, sir. There it is on the
Ooh,
IG.
luxury handcrafted timepieces.
That's it. Luxury
follow.
handcrafted
Yeah,
timepiece.
hey, Eb, order me and Tracy a watch for me, please.
Oh, that's love, man.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, by the
man.
time this episode is done, it'll be one in route already.
Oh, man, that's love. That's big love.
No.
That's tough, man.
So, yeah, man.
And then we'll have a conversation and see how me and some of my friends can help push this and support this as well.
oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure.
I got you on that, bro. Yeah. No, you see that face? You see that face?
Yeah.
Q, make sure you get that face on the screen.
Hey, I want three. I want
Yeah.
three. Yeah, tell Trace I want three. No. I already got the fist together.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah, because I'm
man.
out here naked.
My boy. Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because I done paid Sally Mae back.
Hey.
But no, this is
That
great,
segue.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
Man, I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank
That's
you, bro.
next level.
Thank you. Next level, man. Next
Nah, for
next
real.
level living is
Yeah,
funny.
What is
you
that
know.
to you? Come on.
Yeah,
Oh,
next,
yeah.
next level living. I said this phrase earlier in the episode. It's about taking a chance on yourself. You know, like that next level living. Like, what's the point of believing in God if you're not gonna have amazing faith in this God that you believe in? Like, what's the
Bruh.
point?
Oh, you ain't about to just
Hey.
you ain't about to just give me chills and just walk
Hey.
up out
Come
of
on,
here,
I gave
bro.
myself chills,
That's
man. I ain't gonna
crazy,
lie.
bro.
Yeah.
What is the point, bro?
a bar.
So when it gets to that point where we talk about next level living, it's like, cool, we serve a next level God.
Facts.
So with that being said, we should have next level dreams and aspirations,
Facts.
right? And with that next level faith, it makes it to where we can easily understand why a lot of people won't get our dreams and visions because they don't have that same level of faith that we have. So now it's like, I'm not even mad at y'all for not believing in me anymore. You know what I mean? Because I understand that I'm the one who has to be the trailblazer
Right.
because my success is going to give you permission to have the faith you need to get to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that about myself, and I've never been mad at anybody else a day in my life since then for not believing in me. Or, you know, people like to say, man, my city don't really support like they should. I don't know a rapper out who hasn't said that type of stuff. You know, like, man, in my city it's crabs in the bucket. And I stopped looking at it that way when I said, no, I'm meant to be a blessing to my city, and I have to open doors for my city to give them permission to think differently. You know what I mean? With that being said, it's like, all right, I got to do some next level, some different things. So, you know, instead of buying a Bentley or a Rolls Royce, you know what I mean? I take that same money and I give it back in terms of scholarships, you know,
Come on,
giving
bro.
scholarships to the
Come on,
students
man.
in my city.
That's
And
great.
then it's like, yeah, like, y'all need to know this just so that I could blow y'all mind right quick and just so that y'all
Yeah,
could
come
say,
on.
whoa, like, what is this? Like, is this possible that someone can be this type of way? And it's like, yeah, man, like, this is possible because I know that, like, there's no shortage of blessings, you know, based on who's providing these blessings for
Facts.
us. And once people can know that it's like there's a surplus. There's actually no shortage of blessings, man, where these blessings come from. It's kind of like real estate. They say they're not making any more land. You know what I mean? So because of that shortage, hey, you better get what you can while you can. You know,
Right.
God don't work like that. You know,
Yeah.
Endless.
God don't work like
Yeah,
that.
You know
endless.
that-
Chris,
Go ahead.
you I know you can relate because You the same thing. You left certain industries and was like, yo, I'm about to go independent, but I'm about to own my own. I'm about to be my own manager. Still in this music space with the passion, your love. I know you can speak to that faith piece as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, before I go into that, I just want to say, like, I love how your faith has not wavered at all.
Facts.
In this industry, in music, you are tested so much. And for you to still be the same person you are today that I met all those years ago, I am so grateful for that. Like, this industry really chews you up and like tries to spit you out. But I feel like you have a power that you're believing in higher than anything else. And that is what's keeping you grounded. Because I've seen so many people just go down.
I know you know it.
Yeah.
Now I am remembering actual conversations we had. I remember you being in school.
Yes,
I remember you being in school for this.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
At UCLA for music industry, and you're doing internships at the time in the industry. I'm remembering everything vividly now, bro. Me and your cousin literally having talks about this years ago. From that time, it's like I went from being signed to a major label thinking that, oh, that was going to change everything for me, to being signed and realizing I have the smarts and I have the art and I have the heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bar.
Smarts,
Bar.
the art,
And the heart.
and the heart.
To do this independently.
Yeah.
So then having the courage to take a chance on me and being signed and saying, yo, I would actually prefer to be independent at this point, you know? And to do that, and to have achieved way more as an independent artist than I did as a signed artist. Like,
And yes, and just in case y'all don't know, when you independent, you don't have that bankroll like you do when you signed artist. When you a signed artist, I mean, it comes with, you have to sign a lot of your rights away, and you have to basically be a puppet. And it's like you get a lot of money to support your lifestyle, but when you choose independence, you're choosing the art. You're choosing to stay who you are without the input of a bigger, corporation. And so you doing that, knowing how many people you want to serve, you're like, okay, if I have this money from the label, I could do this for these people. But you're like, no. I'm going to get it the right way, but I'm not going to compromise who I am. And that's important. So I'm commending you on that. Like, that's huge. So a lot of people don't stick to it. They say they want to be independent and then end up signing.
you right?
right.
That's
End up stuck.
That's so true. That's so true. It really takes knowing your why. Like I knew my why before I ever set foot in the music industry. I knew why I wanted to make it as a rapper. My why was the students that I used to teach. I talk about it like literally in my new song. I'm just remembering a few bars. I said, I made a promise to the students that I used to teach. I'm going to be successful without compromising my beliefs, just to show you that it's possible for you to see what happens when you put your faith in God. I'm breaking all of the rules because the rules were devised by fools that couldn't walk inside my shoes. I choose to use these tools to show people a better way. And I'm going to beat the odds with my hustle and my faith. You know what I mean?
Come on. Give me some. Give me some.
That's
Hey, the girls.
Yes.
They got the word.
Crazy hands.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
It's called Taking a Chance on Me. It's out right now. And it's
download that. Yeah, download that, y'all.
Please.
It's Taking a Chance on Me. That's hard.
Please.
So to see where when you transitioned and crossed over from saying, "Yep, I'm here in the community." Grew up with the struggle, you know what I'm saying? No silver spoon, but you valued education. You went on a transitioning. It's like, I'm gonna go to college, get this degree, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna become an educator. And after that second year, you start picking up some steam. You start to believe in yourself. A few people was his life that you had respect for and you had love for. Y'all don't miss that. He had people who loved him and had respect for him and was rooting for him, but didn't quite see that vision. And that's okay, right? Because David, right? David, when you look at the King David, the ancient story of David back in the day, even when Samuel came, his father Joseph was like, oh, yeah. You want to meet my sons? And showed all of the sons except for young David. You feel me? But then he ended up being the king. You know what I'm saying? And so you knew those closest to you had love for you. But man, what's her name? Miss Minnie gave you that edge. You took a chance on you. That's what I love about your story. You took multiple chances on you.
Yeah.
You said, I'm going to walk away from this career. I'm going to walk away from the guaranteed income. I'm going to walk away from the healthcare, the benefits to pursue this deeper calling. Then as you begin to go in, you got blessed. Now you running with Grand Hustle. You know what I'm saying? You connected with T.I. and his people. You out here doing your thing. But then you say, I'm going to take another chance on me. And I'm going to go independent. That's different. There's one experience, man, I want you to break down because we talked about it briefly. We can't end this session without it. I want you to talk about the trip, man, and the extra things you had to do to get to where you are, to connect with the people. Let's break that down briefly. This is crazy. This gonna blow your mind.
Yeah, so I had a game plan.
One more thing. I'm sorry. And I want y'all to understand this because you say you want something. You say you have a desire. You be claiming things. This is what God doing. And God gonna put you in a position to say, how bad do you really want it? So yeah, go for it.
How bad do you want it? So,
I can't wait to watch this episode back.
Yeah.
Right now in this moment, I'm sitting here looking like this episode 5. I can't wait to watch this back, dog.
Listen to this, man. This thing crazy. He different. Go ahead,
so this before Instagram. So I'm looking on Twitter and I'm like, all right, my dream is to sign with T.I. and his label, right? Grand Hustle. So I was like, yo, I know well enough to know that you don't try to go to the artist directly because they're too busy and they're focused on their own career. But you try to go to their manager. You try to get to their team, right? And if their team believes in you, their team will present it to the big artist properly. And then that's how you get ingratiated into the mix, right? So I'm like, all right, T.I.'s manager is a brother named Jason Jeter, based out here in ATL. So I was like, cool. My goal is to link with Jason Jeter. So I'm looking on Twitter at the time. I'm following him. And I tried tweeting him at first. You know, I never get a reply. I'm just a local rapper from New Orleans. You know what I mean? He don't know me, so he not replying. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to start leaving school at 3 p.m. on Fridays after I finish teaching, making that 6.5-hour drive to Atlanta every weekend. And I'm going to look on Twitter and see what clubs or what spots Jason Jeter is going to be at.
How bad do y'all want it? No. You didn't just drive up the street. You ain't go from New Orleans to Baton Rouge or New Orleans to Houston. You drove 6.5 hours across the country to Atlanta after a full week of school.
After a full week of school.
And a full day of school.
Yeah. In a 1998 Honda Accord that might not make it. Every time I'm driving, I'm like, Lord, please let this car make it. You know what I mean?
Talk about it.
I'm crashing on my homie's couch, Trey Vador. Shout out to my man Trey. He from Louisiana. And I'm crashing on his couch when I come out here. I'm going to Club Crucial, you know, out there in Bankhead. That's T.I.'s club. I don't know if it's still open or not, but I'm in Club Crucial. They have open mic night, right? Every Friday. So I'm paying $35, $40 to perform one song for open mic night. Everybody else that's in there, no disrespect to anybody, but everybody that's in there, you know, they rapping about slanging pistols, you heard me, and they drunk, they high, they rapping about selling dope, all that stuff. I'm sitting in here rapping. I'm strapped with a pad. My pen is my gat. A mask and a vest, plus I'm dressed in all black with God by my side, so no man can harm me. This is the story of a one-man army. You know what I mean? By myself, you know what I mean? In this mix, in this environment, bro. Literally, bro. Man, I got goosebumps again, bro. Right, we're gonna call this episode Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Bro, hey, no, mark it. Put it.
Nicole got it. Nicole got it.
Oh
Goosebumps.
my, bro, that's the name of the episode. For real.
Goosebumps. Yeah.
Goosebumps. Hey, he different.
Bro, check me out, bro. So I'm doing all this, and each time I'm in there, I'm like, man, where Jason Jeter at, man? Where Jeter at? I know what he looked like, and I'm always looking for him, and I could never quite, you know, catch him or that. Oh, he was just here, man. He dipped out early, da-da-da. So I could never quite catch him. I make this trip, you know, weekend after weekend. One of these weekends, I'm making a trip, and I'm passing through where I-65 meets with I-85 en route to ATL. So I want to say that's around like Montgomery. I think that's right around Montgomery. I'm on the interstate. And a mattress that's on a pickup truck in front of me, the mattress falls off the back of the pickup truck. So I'm going 80 miles per hour on the interstate. Got this mattress like 20 feet in front of me. And it's like, if I turn, I'm in the left lane. If I turn to the right, I'm going to hit this car next to me. If I go over the mattress, who knows what's going to happen? Because I'm in the 98 Honda. We already riding like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right, straight up.
And if I go left, I'm going to hit the...
embankment.
I'm going to hit, what you call it? The thing in the middle that separates.
It's the embankment.
There you go. What you call it?
Embankment?
Yeah, the embankment. Yeah.
I hit one of them before. That's the only reason I know.
There you go. There you go.
Not when I was woke though. I fell asleep. But
so I'm like, if I go left, I'm gonna hit the embankment. So out of all three, you got multiple choice, A, B, or C. I chose C. Right. I said I'm about to hit this embankment. So I swerved left from the mattress. I hit the embankment. Man, my car started doing donuts in the middle of the interstate. Right when it finally comes to a stop, I'm facing the oncoming traffic. On the interstate, I'm facing oncoming traffic. Man, I messed my shoulder up. I dislocated my shoulder and I broke a couple of my fingers and I sprained my wrist. But I made it out alive. So I had to go to the hospital in Alabama that night. And the next morning I was like, shoot, the job ain't done. I still got to get to Atlanta.
Oh, come on. Y'all not hearing them.
The job
because 92% of y'all would have probably been like, this is a sign.
Right. I need to go back home.
I need to take my butt back home.
Right.
The car was totaled, by the way. The car's totaled. But I hop on the Greyhound, bro. The next morning, I hop on the Greyhound. I was like, I only got 2 hours left to get to Atlanta. Wow. I hop on the Greyhound and get out here to still try to meet Jason Jeter. Take my butt. This before Uber. You heard me? So this is before all that. So, man, I'm out here, man. Finger, everything messed up. To make a long story short, I made a song about it called Jason Jeter because I went through all of this to meet this brother. Finally met him, man. After all this grinding, this hustling, finally met him. One of my music videos went viral at the time. So that's actually how I met him. I didn't meet him just because I didn't meet him on my timing. And that's what's important for people to understand.
Come on, talk about it.
That just because we putting in work, it still is not going to happen on our time. You know what I mean? It's on God's time.
Yeah.
So fingers messed up, shoulder dislocated. I ended up meeting Jason Jeter in Austin, Texas, for South by Southwest, which was a few months later after all this. And one of my music videos had gone viral. It's called J50 and Weezy, right? It's a song where I was talking to Jay-Z, 50 Cent, and Lil Wayne, and basically holding them brothers accountable to saying like, yo, y'all got the voice right now, man, for the culture. Like, be a little more, conscious and cognizant of what you're saying with it and how it's impacting these youth. Because these kids that I teach, they look up to y'all, man, and they kind of going in the wrong direction, but it's because they think that that's how y'all really living.
Right.
And I know y'all ain't living that way at this point. You know what I mean? So I do a music video for that song. It goes viral. Me and Jason Jeter end up meeting. He becomes my manager at the time, puts me on my first tour with Grand Hustle. Everything is happening like just like I wanted it to happen, but just the route to get there, bro. People really just think it's like, man, I'm just gonna go in the studio and make a song and then put it up on Instagram or YouTube and it's just gonna blow up. It's like, man, I had to go through all this. And then even after that, we had a great working relationship, but T.I. was locked up at the time. So when T.I. was locked up, Jason Jeter had a lot of extra time on his hands. You know what I mean? A lot of extra time. As soon as T.I. came home from jail, shoot, Jason Jeter ain't had that extra time no more. So not every story has this fairy tale ending. Right. So we ended up parting ways in terms of the artist-manager relationship because he ain't really had the time or the bandwidth to dedicate to me at the moment. But we stayed, friends and we still have love and mutual respect for one another. Yeah. So that ended up being, but at that point, by the time we parted ways, my foot was already, just like your foot, my foot was already in the door. You know what I mean? Already. And once you give a hustler from New Orleans East who ain't never had nothing, who's the underdog, who's a man of God, who got people like Miss Minnie believing in him, got my grandma believing in him. Once you put my foot in the door, I'm straight after that.
Facts.
And that was over a decade ago. And here I am, still doing this, still being blessed, still dropping music, still like the results speak for themselves. So
yikes.
So yeah. So
I need Mike and Chris. I want y'all's quick takeaways before we wrap this thing up. That was phenomenal. We're gonna have to have you back for more.
For sure.
Oh yeah, this part 2 worthy right here.
Sure.
Yeah, this part 2 worthy right there. Mike, what's your biggest takeaway?
Let's leave them hungry right now, because everybody who watching, I'm sure they're like, oh my, they salivating. You know what I mean? Let's leave them hungry for part 2.
You feel me?
I feel like a fan. Like I'm a fan of your journey. Like, it was times in this podcast where I kept telling myself, like, Mike, make sure that you sitting up, make sure that you focus, because I felt myself just drawn into what you're talking about because of how inspirational it is and how much it's an echo to what God already be telling me to do. You know? So it's a lot of steps that you've taken, a lot of sacrifices you made, a lot of chances that you've taken on yourself that I be hesitant with. That I already know it ain't even like God not clear. It's just like, Mike, you scared. Like you really not about that life yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, because my comfort zone has been really good to me. But people never became great out of their comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? And people will settle for good because everybody else encourages it. But people think that terrible or evil is the opposite of great, and it's not as good is. Good is the opposite of great, because the world will tell you that you made it and only you know that you didn't live up to what your potential was.
Facts.
And so what I'm hearing from you is that good is no longer acceptable.
Yeah.
We can't take good with us to the next level. It's only great there, and great lives in discomfort. And the fact that you've hit me so much in my heart and allowed me to be this uncomfortable, I just appreciate you. This has been very impactful, bro. That's my only takeaway.
Nice.
It's gratitude, bro.
Strong.
Nice.
Chris, what you thinking? What's your main takeaway?
What I'm hearing is sometimes people closest to you, they can't understand your vision. And it's not that they don't love you. It's not that they don't care about you or have your best interests. It's just that they're not going, or they're not seeing where you're going, and they can't live there because it's in your head and they can't see your vision. So you got to just step out on faith and do it. Take a risk on yourself and continue to take risk on yourself. Because if you take one, you can't just go back in the shell. If it didn't work out, you got to keep going. And so your success, you know, is coming at a cost to where you're giving up money now. You know, you saying, let me just help the community. Let me help community. And you got to be about what you set out to do. You can't just like switch it up. You got to continue to be that authentic self when you start out from the gate. And you've been that. And so my key takeaway is, look, continue to believe in yourself, continue to do you, and just continue to stay true. Yeah.
Yikes. I heard something, Chris, when you was talking. It sounded like you was saying, when you talking about the vision and people not going to believe in it.
Yeah.
You know what I thought was like, man, you tell people to mind their business. Tell them to mind your vision.
Mind your vision.
Mind your vision. You feel me?
Ooh.
And you minded your vision, dog.
Yes.
Like, that's really impressive, bro. You had mighty men of God, successful professors, doctrines say, you was like, you mind your business, but I'm going to mind my vision. You know, they say it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. So let me just say, bro, I'm proud of what you built. I've been a fan of your work, but to now hear the backstory to what got you here. You know what I'm saying? And if you did not have that grind, that hustle, if you did not have that grand hustle, I see why they would rock with you. To be able to take them trips, you know what I'm saying? And make the investment and do those extra things in the middle of like having accidents, could have lost your life, but then view it as a sign that God is saying no, a sign that the enemy is afraid of the power and potential that's inside of you. Most people would have been like, man, this ain't it. But you was like, no, I'm going to lean in. You know what I'm saying? The enemy is just afraid of the anointing. And he was trying everything that he could. He made that mattress fall down.
Sure.
He was trying to take you out. He realized how many people you was going to minister to. He realized how many young people you was going to set free. He realized how many young kids you was going to help get in college. He knew how many people you was going to help shift their perspective and let them know you can come from the east side, the north side, the west side, you know what I'm saying, of New Orleans, wherever you struggling from, Biloxi, Mississippi, Huntsville, Alabama, Atlanta, New York, DC, like you can come from the trap, you know what I'm saying, and still be successful and live that type of life. And that's what you stand for, bro. So you always welcome here.
Yeah.
I appreciate you tapping in with us, man. Love to you, bro. We building for life.
Man.
We on another level.
Let's get it. Goosebumps.
Yes.
Yeah, goosebumps, man.
Yo, I'm
and
with
we're going
it,
to get
bro.
you on some merch.
For sure, bro. For sure, dog.
Righteous. Come on.
Real righteous and
real
relevant,
righteous
baby.
and relevant,
be real,
man.
Be righteous, be
Yeah,
relevant.
be real, be
and
righteous.
I'm going to return the favor to you, brother. So, you know, it's like we see so many people who conspire to do evil in this world. They don't mind clicking up and linking up and being like, let's poison the youth together. It's like, nah, you know what I mean? Like with us, bro, it's different. So me rocking next level living, I'm going to bless you with some real righteous, relevant merch too.
Know.
It's like, we brethren, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We family, bro. I mean that. So
and next time you on here, I'll have my watch too. Don't play with it.
Big facts.
Let's get it.
I'm about to have these watches. Hold up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Check this out. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, but I couldn't let you leave without letting you know we've got that merch for you. Visit shopnextlevel.co and you can find all things Next Level Living there. And for you, for our faithful listeners, our family, our community, all of our Next Levelers out there, put in podcast in the promo code for an exclusive 20% off. Let's get it.
I'm on another level.